Hi, today I'll be giving a persuasion speech on gun control. Should guns be illegal? Yes, guns should be illegal because when they end up in the wrong hands, they can have very devastating effects. If we regulate guns, we can help reduce crime and mass murders and just keep them out of the wrong hands. We need to pass a law that is up to date. This is the 21st century, and we don't need guns as bad as we did 100 years ago when the Second Amendment was created. So overall, we just need to regulate guns. They are causing a lot of problems for the U.S. Guns
There's a lot of crime
are
and
a
murders
big part of crime
because
and
of
murder
guns.
when they end up in the
make
wrong
it
hands.
easy, and they can
For criminals
easily end up in the wrong hands.
About 16,000 murders were
bad
committed
actions
in the United States. So we
during
need to regulate
2008.
guns. And a surprising number of those murders were committed with firearms. Roughly 11,000 or 67% were committed with firearms. So this just shows that when guns end up in the wrong hands, they can have very devastating effects. Guns are easy for anybody to access, so this means criminals can access them and they can do whatever they want. Crime is on the rise because of guns. So guns are just a big problem for the US right now. Big cities like Chicago, Detroit are having big problems with gangs and people on the streets murdering with guns. So if we were to regulate guns, we could help reduce crime and murder in the United States. So gun control is much needed here. Yes, there are people that believe in the Second Amendment. And yes, the Second Amendment allows us to bear arms. But the Second Amendment was created over 100 years ago when people really did need guns for protection and to hunt and provide for their families. But it's the 21st century now. We have supermarkets, grocery stores. We don't have a use for guns as much as they did 100 years ago. Also, the police is our protection. We have the police to protect us. And self-defense with a gun is very rare. Also, people that are educated and have permits to hold weapons are breaking the law. Between October 1st, 1987 and January 2015, Florida revoked roughly 9,000 concealed handgun permits for misdemeanors or felons. So this just shows that people that are educated and know about guns are still breaking the law. So guns are just a problem for the US. So we need to keep guns out of the wrong hands. If we keep them out of the wrong hands, we can prevent criminals. We can prevent crime in the United States. So the Second Amendment needs to be amended. It needs to be up to date. People that are for guns don't understand the positive effects that banning guns can have on the US. If we ban guns in the US, we can help reduce crime very much. We will make it much harder for criminals to have guns. It won't be very easy whenever we ban guns. It can also prevent homicide and murders, like the devastating event that happened at Sandy Hook Elementary, where the man had an assault rifle and just murdered many kids. Guns, as the saying goes, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Well, it made it a whole lot easier for that man to kill those kids. So guns are just devastating We don't need guns in the United States. They're being used for the wrong purpose. So the more handguns in circulation equals the more violent crime, and owning a handgun increases a person's risk of being killed. So we just need to make guns illegal. We need to regulate them so we can reduce crime and homicides. We can prevent things like this by banning guns. Guns need to be illegal. Overall, we need to control guns to control evil in the United States. It will help keep guns away from criminals and have very many positive effects on the United States. Crime reduction, homicide reduction. We will just lessen the problems the US has to deal with. So overall, we need to push gun control to help reduce crime and murder in the United States. We can make the US a safer place by banning guns.